Welcome back to the Back Post YouTube channel for a bonus little preview of Arsenal-Liverpool. Now,
come on.
I think we probably assumed this would be a bigger game than it actually is, in the sense that this was jotted down as a title-deciding game.
Yeah.
And that's how the reverse fixture felt.
The reverse one felt like that, yeah. And it felt huge when Liverpool beat Arsenal at that point.
You've got revenge to get.
We do have revenge to get, but also it's just another one we need to tick off.
Yeah. And before we get into that, we are trying to hit 10k subscribers as soon as possible. So if you could go down and click that subscribe button, that would be massively appreciated.
Yeah, you were meant to have done that by the turn of the new year. So,
mate,
no, I will keep reminding you. I will keep reminding you.
Yeah, your new task is 100k by the end of this year. So,
but no, yeah, Arsenal. I mean, it is an interesting one because I do genuinely feel. I don't know how I feel about the game. It doesn't feel anywhere near as high stakes.
Villa felt bigger.
Villa felt bigger, yeah. Oh, 100%.
And more
threatening.
And harder.
And more dangerous, yeah. Which I don't want to underestimate Liverpool, right? Because I do think Liverpool will...
They're bad.
They're Liverpool by name at the moment.
They're Liverpool by name, but I just feel like they will get themselves up for this one, even if they don't believe that they're in the title race. And I think even McAllister spoke after the game against Leeds pretty... not against Leeds, against who else they drew to? Fulham.
Yeah.
He spoke pretty damningly about the fact that they're just not in a title race. Not to be negative, but they're not. So I don't feel like they'll go into it with the title race angle, but I think they'll go into it with the just wanting to get one over on us. Because it's
I mean, it's one of those things where you've been kind of rivals last season for the Premier League title, and they beat you at Anfield. There does feel like there's a little bit of spice in that game, you know.
Needle,
and it's just always in those big games between big six sides. There's so much history between Liverpool and Arsenal. Like you're always going to want to win that game, and I mean, in terms of Liverpool, they need to win the game to keep on top four. Slot will be desperate to win. To kind of, if he gets a win at the Emirates, I feel like that could do wonders for his kind of the time that he buys himself with the club. So. I just can't see a way in which you don't win that game.
I think you batter them.
I
honestly think when I've watched Liverpool this season, something they've really struggled with has actually been like some corners and set pieces as well.
Yeah,
let alone the fact they just look so susceptible at times. I think they, in general, look pretty bereft of ideas going forward as well. And then you're up against the best defence in the league, arguably, in the world at this point. Like, I can't see a world where they don't get peppered.
Yeah,
I think it honestly could be maybe not as a hat-trick vibe, but like it would be a bit like the Tottenham game.
I hate it when you make that face. It's my least favourite face in the world.
Yeah, we're trying to be fair analysers here.
Yeah,
but I'd like to be wrong. I just don't think I will.
No, I mean, Arsenal, the amount of threat they carry from set pieces where Liverpool have been so bad defending them this season, the sort of control they got over games, the Emirates crowd will be so up for it. I feel like,
be well up for it.
As a crowd in that kind of game, you're like, you need revenge.
Isn't it?
Thursday,
8 p.m. You need revenge for the Anfield game. You want kind of revenge for the title last season, and it's just like there's an opportunity there to smash Liverpool. That's something that you should never pass up. So.
Yeah, I agree. I just want 3 points. I don't really care how we do it. Obviously, if we smashed them, that would be enjoyable.
Would it? Yeah.
Jonathan Morley.
FA Cup, you got a restable game as well, haven't you?
Yeah, after it, we got Portsmouth, so we can rest in that game. But it's a. I mean, obviously, we'll go full strength. It's an interesting one with Liverpool, where you've got someone like Ekitike who is struggling with fatigue. Are they at the point where they go, look, Arsenal away, do we throw...
Like Brentford? They're going to Brentford it?
No,
not Brentford.
Not with FA Cup at the weekend.
Who have they got in the FA Cup? I think they've got an easy game as well.
There's no way they rest them off. They rested Ekitike against Fulham for Liverpool.
And they don't have a midweek game next week because they're not in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, no, scratch that point. They're not going to rest Ekitike for this. But, I do just think we've got the vast majority of our players back now from injury. We've got the set-piece threat back. I mean, Gabriel's got 2 goals in 2 games. No, I got Chris will start.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because...
I think you're just playing until he gets injured, and when he gets injured, it's like, I don't really care.
I know.
Is it actually Arteta setting himself a bit of a challenge at this point? That he's like, can I make him work?
It's a John Nellis video. Can Arsenal win the Premier League with Gyökeres up front?
Can I win a league with this useless plumber up top?
No. he stretches defences, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we saw it again. We saw it again against Bournemouth. That second goal that we scored, Gyökeres genuinely
goal,
occupies,
miscontrols it, and it comes back to Odegaard.
5 players.
Oh my God, he occupies defenders. So does every fucking striker ever.
Occupied them more.
What are we doing?
Gabriel Jesus actually doesn't.
We're not doing this again.
That Gyökeres does.
Yeah, they're different kinds of strikers, but he's better.
We'll start Gyökeres because he'll occupy both Van Dijk and Konate. He'll be a handful, and that'll just leave those pockets for Odegaard, for Declan Rice running onto it.
Konate's occupied by himself, but
but you're not wrong.
I don't know. Havertz is starting to get on the bench now, isn't he? Is he any minutes?
He was on the bench against Villa, then he was not on the bench against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
He's very much, they're easing him back in very gently.
But maybe Portsmouth was.
I mean, we've got issues. We've got too many players. We've got too many players right now. One area's not making it up.
Is Eze going to play?
Eze might play, Eze might not play. I don't think it's a talking point. To be honest.
Portsmouth games for those.
Yeah, he's got the Portsmouth game. That he needs to. No, look, I think the problem is I'm not dropping Odegaard at the moment.
Good mood, aren't you?
I'm a great mood.
It's really annoying me actually. Talking about Arsenal recently.
I'm in a great mood. Why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, isn't it true?
Yeah. But no, I think Odegaard at the moment is back to his best again against Bournemouth. The assist for the Rice goal, he doesn't even look. He just hears a booming yell from Declan.
A booming yell.
I don't want to do this anymore. I can't be.
I know, man. This is what we're giving to you guys as viewers.
But for me, actually, the third goal, even though he doesn't get the assist, he's the one that makes it. That ball into Saka splits Bournemouth open, perfectly weighted. And he was just running the game, even in the first half, like where Bournemouth were pressing us and we were finding it difficult. He was the one that was like, okay, I'm going to put my foot on the ball. I'm going to slow this down. I'm going to control it. So you can't drop him for Eze right now. So maybe you start Eze off the left. Leandro Trossard will start the game on the left because he is our best left-sided player.
Didn't he, the weekend? I thought it was,
but that was just a rest.
Just a resting him. Fair enough.
And so, and Eze might come. If we are battering them, like you two seem to think we might, bring him on at 3-0. Happy days.
Yeah.
If we're not, and we're 1 goal up, you probably do bring Mikel Merino on again to shore things up. So, yeah.
I just can't remember the last time I saw... I know they're on an unbeaten run at the moment, Liverpool, but I can't remember the last time I watched Liverpool and thought they played well today.
No,
maybe the Arsenal game.
The Inter Milan game was the last one I thought they played well in.
Yeah, and I think we were playing simultaneously, so I missed that. But I think maybe the Arsenal game was the last... Real Madrid, actually, no, it would be Real Madrid, but that's quite a while ago now.
Yeah, I don't even think they played that well in the reverse fixture at the Anfield, to be honest. I don't.
No, it was a 0-0 separated by a moment of brilliance. Obviously,
bear in mind in that game we had no Saka.
Saliba went off. Yeah,
Saliba went off in 3 minutes. Mosquera played his first ever game at 21 years old.
Was Gabriel there?
Gabriel was there.
Yeah,
but we didn't have Rice, we didn't have Saka, obviously didn't have Havertz.
There's no doubt in my mind that you go there and beat them. I just think in terms of the Emirates at the minute, it's just. I don't think you've lost there this season.
No, 14 wins.
Yeah, you're relentless at home, which fair play. And I can't see Liverpool turning up with the players they've got out of form at the minute, the players they're missing, and
Verts is getting eaten alive.
Oh, yeah,
he is getting eaten. He's getting eaten alive by everyone. But
where do they play Verts at the moment?
Left,
sort of left. Timber's absolutely feasting on that.
He might cry.
The one thing Verts hates.
Verts might cry. I'm giving a 3% chance of Verts cry.
Yeah.
Well,
he hates pressure. The one thing
will happen then, actually.
Verts hates pressure. It's the one thing he's definitely not adapting to in the Premier League is the lack of time on the ball. Timber, Saliba are all over.
Even just Rice covering back.
Yeah. But they've got no alternatives. That's the big thing. I mean, they've got so few options in attack. I also think their midfield is looking tired because they're having to play every game, even the defence. By the way, Van Dijk is on course for an injury because he is eating 90 minutes a game every single game at 34 years old or whatever it is.
Yeah, maybe, but he's very robust, Van Dijk, outside of that ACL.
But Rodri was robust until he wasn't robust. There comes a point where if you run a player into the ground, no one is immune to injury. Right. So it is a game.
They're too light.
If I didn't hate Arsenal so much, I'd quite like Madueke to play against Kirk. I watched Madueke play against Kirk when we played Bournemouth. Yeah, that would be wise. I watched when we played Kirkes last season at Bournemouth, Madueke had him on.
Is this when you started crashing out about anyone comparing him to Cucurella? That kind of
because Kirkes is an average left back. That's what he is. But as in, I think Madueke had him on.
What did you think of Carragher's comments about Kirkes being like Darwin Núñez at left back?
I didn't see those comments.
Basically, he said that Trent was like having De Bruyne at fullback, and now it's like Kirk is like having Darwin Núñez.
It's a really good comparison. Yeah, it's very good.
He said it's because it was kind of like his head down, chaotic nature.
Yeah,
and I do just think in a game like Arsenal at the Emirates, how methodical Arsenal are and kind of how they choose their moments and set their traps. If Kirkes plays, he's going to have a stinker.
For Liverpool to have any chance, and it would be lower than 3. It would be Szoboszlai having the game of his life again, to be honest, because he is. But he's kind of been the only reason when they've had any good performances. He's been at the crux of everything
good
they've
this
done.
Season. I have said multiple times though that I think that him, because Liverpool have been so bad, a player like that will naturally stand out when they just have a higher floor. Because I think he's
shone because his level hasn't dropped.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed. And look, that's not a bad thing for Szoboszlai. I still think Szoboszlai is a great player, right? But
no, there's a reason why last season when they were doing incredible, he was the guy that people were going, we replaced him with Wirtz. He was the one that was supposed to be out.
Maybe all of this plays into the reason why Liverpool actually have a chance. Playing devil's advocate because they've been so written off.
A bit like us against City the other day. Yesterday, rather.
If they just camp deep, you do struggle against. I know that they're not really set up to play deep.
If they sit deep and they don't really press us, happy days.
Yeah. No, for sure.
For me, because I do think actually teams that have pressed us are the ones that have come closest to getting something out of us.
Yeah, they've actually gone at you. But
I'll be more than happy for them to sit deep, and we will rely on set pieces.
Yeah. I was just trying to give them a glimmer of hope there. Maybe they've been written off to the point
best hope they've got is actually to just absolutely go for us, and they could end up getting battered, but they could rattle us.
Yeah,
I think if they're
not going to do that though.
I think if they sit in, I don't think they've got neither of their right backs are good enough, in my opinion, to sit deep and play in that way. Conor Bradley's a walking booking. Frimpong isn't really a defender.
Bradley fit. Bradley's a walking booking.
He's always either on a yellow card or on crutches. So,
but we should probably get into a combined 11.
Yeah, I think
of the two teams. This could be quite straightforward, I might say. But you're going to do the combined 11. Me and Toes will kind of try and
fight the corner.
If we agree on a player that goes in over the player that Rory suggested, then that player will go into the combined 11.
Okay.
Starting off with Raya or Alisson. And we are doing this based off form and fitness this season kind of vibe. But, the legacy does play into it a little bit, but just not as much as the kind of this season does. So Alisson versus David Raya.
David Raya.
I'd agree.
It's hard.
Last 18 months, Alisson has become an injury-prone goalkeeper, which really annoys me. But
I also think he's just... There are some things that he used to save that he doesn't save in the last year.
Yeah,
older.
Yeah.
He does get away with quite a bit based off reputation. I don't he's never like bad, and he never really makes like huge errors. But I just don't think he's at the level that a lot of people presume he's at because he's Alisson.
There were times last season where he did genuinely win them games with unbelievable moments.
Yeah.
But I also think
the PSG game.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the all round package that you need to be as a goalkeeper these days as well, or especially if you're an Arsenal goalkeeper in terms of like playing out from the back and that sort of thing. I just think
I think Alisson was probably one of the best at that before.
He was, but that was before the sort of new age, because Ederson was always far better than Alisson. That was the one thing that Ederson kind of had over Alisson.
Ederson was a freak.
Yeah. So there you go. David Raya goes in. Right back, Julian Timber or Jeremy Frimpong will put in there because he'll probably start there, won't he?
Yeah, it's Timber.
Yeah.
By the way, I thought Frimpong was like really, really good.
Better at right wing.
I thought he was good in his cameo against Spurs. I thought he was good.
Came on.
What was the game they played?
That Gakpo goal?
What was the game they played in between the weekend? That they were Leeds. I thought Frimpong was their best player against Leeds, personally.
That's at right wing.
I know, but
and that's where he came against Fulham. He was more threatening.
It's obviously Timber. But centre back, Saliba or Konate.
Crazy that even used to be a conversation.
I know.
It's just mad with Konate because he was good last season. It wasn't just a Van Dijk handhold job.
He was good.
Genuinely good.
He's very good at one sort of specific thing, which is that ability to defend that wide space when Trent would get forward. He's got the physicality.
That's not an easy job to do.
No, it's not an easy job to do, and there are a lot of centre backs that can't do it because they don't have that physical.
Well, Gabriel has to do it a lot when Calafiori goes forward. He has to cover those spaces.
But the all-round sort of package, I think, with Saliba is that he can do all of that, but he's also a Rolls-Royce on the ball, has the composure. It's just a better
Saliba's better.
He's a 3 for 3
level.
Gabriel or Virgil van Dijk?
Gabriel, I think, this season. I know he made a howling mistake against Bournemouth, but then immediately made up for it.
Yeah.
And old Gabriel, and by the way, this is a Gabriel we've not seen probably for 3 years now, but old Gabriel, that mistake early on, he'd be rattled for the rest of the game.
He'd have had a stinker, yeah.
Whereas literally he just shook it off.
Well, that's why
scored.
It took a while for the perception of him to change. Yeah. Was because of that before. Yeah. But you're right.
That's the first really, really bad mistake he's made since Fulham at home in 23-24.
When he got sent off. Was that?
No, he didn't get sent off. He just gave the ball to Raul Jimenez and he scored.
Right.
But, yeah.
No, I think it's very hard this season to agree with this.
And like Van Dijk was the best defender in the league last year, so that carries a bit of weight. But I just think he's had such a severe drop-off this season that...
Yeah, I mean, that handball the other week, like, sort of the backing off. It's just
backing off that I think is crazy. Yeah. I mean, he played Wilson on for that goal. I don't think that's his
I still think he's been one of their better players this season.
For sure.
But that's not really saying much.
He's just looked... I think Carragher was talking about it the other day, saying like he just looks like a normal centre-back now, rather than Van Dijk. He's still like a normal, decent centre-back in the Premier League, but he's just not like what he was.
I hate the word, but he doesn't have that aura.
No,
of like he's just
no one's scared of him.
No,
There's no fear in a striker at the moment playing against Liverpool.
Also,
whereas there was that.
If you stand him up as an attacker and start running at him, you go, well, he's just going to back up and back up and back up, and I'll probably get a shot off. So yeah.
Well, there you go. Left back, Calafiori or is Calafiori fit?
No, he's not. So it is Hincapié
versus Robertson.
We're going Robertson. Whoever you think you can make a better case.
We can make a better case for Robertson, I think.
Robertson's got legacy points.
Yeah, Robertson gets in there for me. It's more natural fit. Like I think Hincapié is a bit.
I think we.
You're actually trying to put Robertson in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hincapié.
Oh, okay. Oh, we can have a debate.
Go on then.
Hincapié is better by a long way
than Robertson.
Yeah. For me, a lot better. Hincapié is a weird one because
Robertson now, yes. Can we argue 17-18 Robertson?
17-18
Robertson.
Yeah, Robertson is like, I thought he was stinky last season. I think he's been average.
No, agreed.
I think
I'd have put Lewis Skelly, who's the third left back.
I was so confused. I was like, do I actually think Robertson's better? I was just like,
none of us do. We're sat there going,
but I don't think Hincapié's been like that good.
Well, so Hincapié gets mixed feelings from some Arsenal fans. Which
now you say he's obviously amazing and brilliant and
sensational.
No.
So he's all right.
I love him as a player because he reminds me of early Gabriel in terms of like you can see that like his physicality is unbelievable. He's rapid, by the way.
Yeah. So we might as
well. I mean, he fell over when he actually got the ball, but the pace and desire to get there, he is such a dogged player.
So we might as well start calling him the best centre back in the league. Then
no, not at all.
He's a baby Gabriel.
I think he's better at left back than centre back. To be fair, I think long term he will be. It'll be him and Calafiori that rotate at left back. But I think defensively he's very difficult to get past 1v1.
But he played left centre back for Leverkusen, didn't he? So he's used to building those wider channels.
And he also puts a wicked ball in. So yeah, I think he's better than Robertson this season.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I probably had Lewis Skelly in, even though he's been poor this season over Robertson anyway. So that's fine. Central midfield, Gravenberch or Zubimendi first as the sixes.
For me, it's Zubimendi.
I don't know how I feel about this one. I think Gravenberch was like one of the best midfielders in the league last season. Well, that's just a fact he was. And I think that this season he started really well and he's definitely had a dip, but I don't think he's been one of their really poor. I think McAllister has been a lot worse.
I think Liverpool have lacked protection this season. I don't think, because look, Gravenberch looks lovely on the turn. He's a very pretty footballer. No, he is a very pretty footballer, but I will also make the case that would Arsenal be too different if Gravenberch played instead of Zubimendi?
No, well, I think we'd be worse.
No, I don't think significantly if you were. I think
Zubimendi.
I would probably.
Gravenberch has got more credit in the bank for me, and I don't think Zubimendi is. I think Zubimendi's been great, but I think the last month or so he's been a little bit more patchy, and I think he was great against Bournemouth. I think he was brilliant at the start of the season.
I think I'd rather have in that position. I'd rather have Zubimendi because I actually think Gravenberch is kind of what Rice was, where when Rice is better further forward than he is sat. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I think Liverpool needs someone actually sat, which was funnily enough.
That's fair, but I don't think Gravenberch is better further forward. I think he's still better in first.
He played like that this season, and he looked better.
I just think he's better in possession than out of possession. I think is the argument. But I think like when he takes the ball off the centre half, like that turn he does every time, just opens up the pitch for himself. You laugh, but that's like an amazing trait to have as a central midfielder.
Seb watches and Twitter comps. That's all right.
Okay,
crazy.
That's coming from the most Twitter rage baity man on there.
Yeah, I think I do agree with what you said in terms of Zubimendi has been a bit patchy.
Yeah.
But I would say Gravenberch has also been patchy and probably had worse patches this season than Zubimendi.
I think that's fair. But then I think him being one of the best midfielders in the league last year does leave a little bit of credit in the bank. So I'd personally push Gravenberch here. Maybe that's unfair. Maybe that's my Spurs bias.
I'm fairly coin for the bonnet. I think in that position, I'd rather.
Okay, we'll go Zubimendi because Zubimendi has had a better year this year. So
and that goal against Aston Villa was delightful.
Yeah, it was. Okay, we'll go Zubimendi then. Nice. So still full Arsenal.
Yeah.
The number 8 position, McAllister. Or, Curtis Jones has been playing there recently, but we'll go McAllister or Declan Rice.
Yeah.
It's just not a conversation.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Even though I think McAllister, you can make an argument for having a better season last season in Liverpool's title win. I thought he was amazing last season.
But my word, this season, McAllister
stunk so bad.
Yeah, and Rice, I just think, even Rice's knee injury must have been like a level of bad to miss the Villa game. That it was. I think there was even a clip of him walking off with Morgan Rogers.
It was bad.
It was fucked.
Yeah.
And then so to turn up a few days later and put on that performance against Bournemouth, where again it's just that ability to turn it up in the second half and just drag us through. And I thought the finish.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if they've overplayed him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I hope we avoid overplaying.
That knee goes. Oh wow,
no! They rushed.
He has been the best midfielder.
We did beat Villa 4-1 without him. So
yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Maybe you're better. Who knows?
I actually saw someone unironically make a video saying that Arsenal are better without Declan Rice.
The Sociedad midfield is
he's the one player, not the one player, that's a lie. He's the player that I look at the most in that Arsenal squad and I'm jealous that you've got him.
Yeah.
Seriously jealous. So, yeah, obviously he gets him. In the 10, this is the first position where I actually think that it's a real debate. Yeah. Martin Odegaard or Dominic Szoboszlai?
Yeah, so recency bias 100% Odegaard. I think the last 3 games he has been a different level.
Well, we're not doing it on the last 3 games. We're doing it across the course of the season.
Right.
Were you going to say that?
To an extent, but in terms of what you said about Szoboszlai, I don't think Szoboszlai's actually been unbelievable.
No, neither do I.
I just think that he's shone in a poor Liverpool team.
I think he's been consistently just good.
I think there was a point as well. Odegaard before he got
he's had some very
he has had some very good games, but I think Szoboszlai's flaw is that he rarely ever has a bad game.
Yeah.
Very rare.
And that's why I think he's stuck out like a sore thumb in this Liverpool side
because
this season.
in a pool of bad, you're just delivering at least minimum 6-7. I didn't actually mean that, guys.
Fuck it.
But you know what I mean? He that was genuinely unintentional, just to clarify.
All right. But, dragging it down, mate.
Either way, he's consistently giving you a good performance.
Yeah. He's a 7 out of 10 each week.
Literally in the reverse game, he goes and pulls out that free kick.
But I'd say he's been between a 7 and a 9 this year. Some days he's been amazing.
I think this is the first Liverpool inclusion for me.
But I think Odegaard's just dropped 3 9s in a row. And I don't even think Odegaard's been... Last season, Odegaard was really well off it. I think this season, most of his performances have been good. It's just that they've been cut off by injuries.
Yeah.
And so, look, I think if you were to ask me who would you want starting in that position tomorrow, it would be Martin Odegaard.
I'd be inclined to agree, but I think based off form this season, I would go Dominic Szoboszlai.
If I could take the best performance from either player this season, I'd still go Szoboszlai.
So would I. He's had some brilliant games, Szoboszlai. And I do think he's becoming a little bit more of
I also feel we have to get one in.
He also, against Leeds, he put in a couple of balls into the boxes, little Trivela outside of the boot balls that are really nice deliveries. And I do think he is almost becoming a little bit more of the Szoboszlai we thought he'd be at Leipzig, but still, obviously, not to that extent. So, I think Szoboszlai gets in, first Liverpool player. You will happily oblige, I imagine.
Look, if you want a 10 that lacks creativity, runs around a lot, then you can have him.
And that's what I want. So there you go. Szoboszlai gets in. So it's currently
8-1.
It's 7-1.
7-1. Sorry,
7-1 to Arsenal. Left wing, we have got
Gakpo or Wirtz. Really.
Gakpo or Wirtz. Yeah. Oh yeah,
put Trossard in the bag.
Let's go Wirtz because he's been starting there.
Yeah,
he will start there, I think, on Thursday.
He will.
Versus Trossard.
Mate, Trossard's been unbelievable this season.
Yeah, it's Trossard. Isn't it?
It's crap.
Yeah. I think
Total's never put in Wirtz in this team.
No,
but it's laughable.
But you are right.
It's a laughable thought.
But isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That imagine saying at the start of the season Trossard would be in a combined 11 ahead of Florian Wirtz.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
I tell you what, Leandro
these
Trossard.
Bundesliga watchers.
You've opened the door for me to
exist,
wax lyrical about him.
Honestly.
I just think the season that he's having, I mean, not even just the season he's having.
Oh my God, we're talking about Trossard.
What he's actually... No, because
I'm struggling.
Can you name
I'm struggling.
Can you name a better £20 million signing in the last few years than Leandro Trossard for what he's actually... Even before this season, in terms of like consistently popping up goals.
Specifically 20 or...
Well, like, in that region.
Thiago Silva on a free, man.
Okay, but...
Kevin Danso.
Okay. Well, we'll ignore that.
Haaland was like 10 million.
We'll ignore that.
Lucas Bergwall.
Haaland was
Leandro
10 million.
Trossard has been sensational, and I actually think he's hitting his peak right now, which is crazy for a player of his age.
Yeah,
he looks more confident than ever. He's so happy to take it left. Yeah. He's so happy to take it down the
Solomon
down on his left, back on his right.
Good player.
Composed finishing. So
yeah, I think Trossard is he's got a ceiling as a footballer. I think, but I do.
He
think
scores. He pops up with key goals. He does his job. He doesn't complain if he's on the bench. He still impacts games. He never looks like lethargic. Well, I mean, he looks like he's tired, but he doesn't play like he's tired. You know what I mean? You don't sit there and think, oh, he's gonna be sulking because he's dropped today. Like he always just chips in.
Yeah, clearly a very good part of that Arsenal squad. I think you can always tell when he scores, like the way the Arsenal players celebrate with him.
And he's very
he's a well-loved member.
Yeah, but I think
he's a very good footballer. I remember when he was at Brighton, he always used to score against Spurs.
He's got hat-trick against us under Potter.
Yeah. I just think it's mad. Like you look at trajectories and sliding doors moments. Like you nicking Mudryk off us was the best thing you could have ever done for us. Apart from taking a point off City at the weekend, that was pretty useful too.
Well, that's why I'm backing you guys to beat Liverpool. Does us a favour?
There you go. Trossard gets in.
Yeah.
Right wing. We're going to go with Bukayo Saka. Obviously, he'll be back in the team, I imagine, on Thursday. Against no Salah for the game, so it will be
Gakpo,
Chiesa.
Haven't they been playing? They've been playing like
Frimpong, I guess. Is he a right back?
Because they've been playing like Curtis Jones or Szoboszlai out there.
Yeah, they've kind of box midfielded it.
Yeah, they might be going with 4 central midfielders.
Their lineup against Fulham at the weekend was
it's great. Well, I think Szoboszlai was
well, no Ekitike as well. He was like,
okay, so let's put Gakpo out there.
Okay. I mean, Saka, whoever you put out there, it
doesn't really. I put Madueke ahead of Gakpo at the moment.
Yeah. Or whoever.
No, so Saka. That's Saka over
9-1.
Yeah.
And we're going on to the striker.
Ooh.
Ekitike versus Gyökeres. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, that's not even close.
No. And you're not going to either. Come on.
All I'm saying is, if you actually look at Arsenal's results, Gyökeres starts up top.
Okay.
If you look at Arsenal's results, the
Rory,
results
yes or no? Would you swap those players?
You've won most games.
Rory, January is open. January is open, and Liverpool, they ring Arsenal and they go, we actually really want Gyökeres. We want Gyökeres. We'll give you Ekitike.
Would you take it?
Ekitike is too good as a backup. We've got the Isak problem. We want Gyökeres as the backup.
Would you take it? And don't be doing these silly gimmicks. Would you actually take it or not?
Of course you're taking it. You're biting the hands off.
Is it costing me anything?
No, would you swap that? Which player do you want? Which player do you want, man?
Which problem is, I've got to think, I'm not just losing the player. I'm losing the celebration.
You barely see it.
No, but I see it a lot.
No, I see it more from Lee Judges running around the street than I do him. That's fucking hell.
Yeah, no, I would take a swap deal for.
There we go. There we go.
But Ekitike needs to come up with a celebration.
Does Ekitike get in?
He's had some cold ones. He does this little.
Well, I do think there's
no. He pulled his shorts down.
He pulled his shorts down. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's true. If I start putting my shorts down in public, it would be a whole different kettle of fish.
After the fans running around the corner pulling their shorts down.
Yeah,
it's all naked.
All just pull each other's shorts down.
Well, that would be very.
Gabriel Jesus is who I would put in.
Over Ekitike?
No,
come on.
No one gets in over Ekitike.
As an all-round player, I think Jesus is better.
Actually, you could put all your strikers up. Ekitike would be better than.
Well, Kai Havertz actually.
Ekitike is still better than him.
Nah, yeah. No, I'm playing the game.
Or he's acting.
We want a 20-minute video out of this.
I hate your game.
Ekitike is class. I think Ekitike is number one. I don't actually know what they're going to do when Isak comes back.
Yeah.
Because Isak is. Oh, he cost more. He's on more wages. He's the senior player.
Yeah, he's playing more.
Ekitike's better.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Manager finally.
Mikel Arteta. By the way. And the reason is this: we may or may not win.
Winning slot.
Well, right, we may or may not win the Premier League this season. Hopefully, we do. You think we're going to?
Yeah.
But one thing I do think is admirable is Arteta navigated an absolute disaster season last season in terms of injuries and stuff, and still managed to get a second and into the semi-finals of the Champions League. We've now seen with both Pep and Slot capitulations.
And possibly
you've not seen
the Europa League with worse injuries, mate.
So we are, mate.
Well, that's the Europa League.
Sure.
But But no, I do think I long term, I do think people will look at Arteta and they'll go, sustaining second, and building year on year probably wasn't as bad as people made out when they were.
He's a Lego-headed knob. That's why, mate. None of us want to acknowledge him. We're not going to acknowledge him. You got to enjoy him, but you're never going to get it from us. All right.
Lego-headed knob.
I think that's grossly offensive. I would like to say that is not the opinion of the Backpost podcast.
Sit back in your technical area. And
purely of Tobes.
Right. We've been running for a while now, so we need to cut this before Tobes gets the podcast cancelled.
Yeah.
I think.
So it's Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, I don't think Arteta will be on the show.
Yeah. No, that is the end. Like we said at the start, please subscribe if you are new here. We'll be back on Friday with a review of the Liverpool-Arsenal game in a couple of days' time, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We will have a guest on that episode. Say goodbye to Tobes for now. Tobes will be back on Monday.
Say what the audience have just erupted.
Yeah. They'll have me back Monday.
Yeah, so there you go. And subscribe, like the video, all of that good stuff, and we'll see you on Friday. Adios.